Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody. You're tuned into the Chronicles of R&B, Retail's Blues podcast. It's your boy Frank coming at y'all with another video. Hit that like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, especially if y'all in the retail industry, food industry, whatever industry that you're in. This one's pretty much for y'all. All right, so a couple days ago, me, the wife, and the kids, we wound up going to Old Navy, to do some light shopping. And, as some of y'all may know, through my previous videos, that I'm pretty much a store manager, in my everyday job life, if you will. So we go in there. We go in there. Now, if anybody knows Old Navy, if you ever shopped at Old Navy, you go in, you see, what's the, I guess, what's the display for that particular season or what's coming up. In this case, it's going to wind up being 4th of July. Now, we come in the store, and there's usually a worker at the door. Not really so much greeting, but whether it's greeting, maybe they might be also, folding clothes, doing light recovery, whatever. Now, mind you, I want to say this was like maybe early afternoon, like maybe 12 o'clock, actually maybe like 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. So we go in the store, mind you, we got the stroller, we got the, 2 out of the three kids with us. And we come in the store, and literally me and my wife, we come inside, and we asked the worker, or my wife asked the worker one of the questions or whatever, and she just gave off this look like, I'm like, wow, like that's how we starting off today. Now, granted, I was about to go into full, husband, I don't want to say daddy mode, but husband slash manager mode, in the sense of, okay, like what are we doing? Like, I was really about to get, really get at her. But, I said, you know what, let me just leave it alone. All right, cool. So we go to the back of the store, we go, in the kids section, doing some, we pick up a few things, for the most part. And, as my wife is pretty much, with one of the other kids, because, like I said, we have 2 out of 3 with us. She has one kid, I had the other. She goes off, she's, looking for some clothes. I have the other kid in my arms. And I'm overhearing, a person, now mind you, I got salt and pepper beard. This person, I want to say he's like white, maybe Hispanic or so. He, maybe looks like my age, possibly older, maybe by 5 to maybe 7 years or so, right? So I'm listening to him. I'm listening to him the way he's talking to one of the girls, and I'm assuming she's an associate. She's not a manager, but she's an associate. She has a headset on and everything like that. And I'm just looking at him, and I'm just hearing how he's talking to them. He's talking to them like shit, and I'm just saying to myself, this is the reason why retail is the way it is right now. Nobody wants to work for managers, that treat their employees like shit. And, for that gentleman that was talking to that associate like that, I swear, if I was a DM, you probably would have gotten written up, or it would have been a very big issue HR wise. Now, HR is not your friend, no matter how you look at it, especially when it comes to you versus them or them versus you, however you want to look at it. But he was talking to her like very low, very belittling. And I get it, in the sense of, okay, being a manager is knowing how to manage different personalities. But the way he talked to her was very horrible in itself. And I'm not going to say I didn't like it. I just thought he could have done much better as a manager. So fast forward, right? Fast forward past that. So we get to the front of the line, or should I say we get on the line. And from getting on the line, number one, it was on a Saturday. I'll just preface by saying it was on a Saturday. So if you go to any Old Navy store, their square footage is massive. Old Navy stores is big. It's not a small box store. It's a big box store. There was only one person at the register. Mind you, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and this center is busy, right? So I guess the manager might have called everybody to the front or whatever, right? Help out with the associate to ring. Not the same one, but a different one. Help out with the ringing. We get to the front of the line, And who is about to ring us up? What do you know? The manager itself, right? Now we get to the front of the line. Quiet. Dead air. No conversation. No, oh, how was your experience? I'm not saying to kiss our ass or anything like that, but just a personal, being personable. Now, maybe this manager has something going on in his life, and I get it. We all got things going on. Trust me, I got things going on in my life as well too. But leave that outside. When you come in the store, you're supposed to have great customer service. Not good customer service, great customer service. And it just shows the type of manager that he is as to why either people don't want to work for him or associates probably don't even respect him. And I would be surprised, or should I say, I would be very remiss whether or not if he was actually an assistant manager, let alone a store manager or GM. So I only say that to say, know better is to do better, and treat your employees with respect. If you want to get the most out of them, it's almost like being a coach of any type of sport. For me, I love basketball. So if you are a great coach, then literally your team will rally up behind you and they will back you up with whatever it is that you need. But when you start talking to them condescending and being a dick about it, they're not going to want to work for you. They're not going to come in on a day off that they could just, instead of them trying to make money, they could just be like, oh, you know what? Man, forget this guy. I ain't going to come in for him. Why should I even come in at all? So, like I said, as managers, us as managers, and human beings as well, we just got to know how to talk to people a little bit better. All right, guys? So, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Share it with a friend. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Once again, you're tuned into the Chronicles of R&B Retail Blues podcast. Until the next one, guys. Peace.